Have you noticed your knees or joints feeling stiffer lately? Even though you eat healthy? It might not be age alone. Some vegetables that seem harmless could actually be fueling inflammation and making joint pain worse. Today we'll reveal 7 vegetables you should limit or avoid after 50, and 2 that can actually help your joints feel stronger. Vegetable number 7, peas. Peas are one of those foods that look completely innocent. Small, green, and sweet. They show up in salads, soups, and healthy side dishes that most seniors eat without a second thought. But here's what many people don't realize. Peas contain natural compounds called purines, and these can quietly become a problem for aging joints. Purines aren't harmful on their own. They're found in many foods, but when your body breaks them down, they turn into uric acid, and that's where the trouble begins. As we grow older, the body becomes less efficient at filtering uric acid through the kidneys. Instead of leaving the body smoothly, it can start to build up in the blood. Over time, this can lead to tiny, sharp uric acid crystals forming around the joints, especially in the knees, ankles, and toes. The result? That dull stiffness when you stand up in the morning, the unexpected swelling around your ankles, the soreness in your big toe after even a short walk. For seniors who already deal with gout or arthritis, eating peas regularly can quietly make things worse. Now, this doesn't mean you must avoid peas forever. Just be mindful. If your joints often ache or swell, try replacing peas with fiber-rich vegetables like zucchini or green beans, which are gentler on the body and easier on aging joints. Vegetable number 6, spinach. Spinach has always been the poster child for health, rich in iron, packed with vitamins, and low in calories. Most seniors think of it as one of the best vegetables for aging well. But here's what nutrition experts rarely mention. For some people over 60, spinach can quietly make joint pain worse. That's because spinach is loaded with oxalates, natural compounds found in many leafy greens. In small amounts, they're harmless. But as we age, our metabolism slows, and our kidneys may not process oxalates as efficiently as they once did. When oxalate levels rise, they can bind with calcium inside the body, forming tiny crystals that irritate joints and soft tissues. The result often feels subtle at first: mild stiffness in the knees, a faint ache in the hips, or a heaviness in the legs after sitting for too long. Over time, that tightness can turn into more noticeable pain or swelling, especially for people already managing arthritis or joint inflammation. This doesn't mean spinach is bad. It's still nutritious, but moderation is key. Try steaming spinach lightly and pairing it with calcium-rich foods like cheese or yogurt, which can help reduce oxalate absorption, or rotate it with low oxalate greens like kale, arugula, or romaine. Small adjustments like these can make a surprising difference in how your joints feel day to day. Vegetable number 5. Corn. Corn is one of the most common foods on the planet. It's in our breads, soups, snacks, and even breakfast cereals. It feels wholesome, a simple natural vegetable that's been part of traditional diets for generations. But for many seniors, corn can quietly become a source of inflammation and discomfort. The reason lies in its fat and sugar composition. Corn is naturally high in omega-6 fatty acids, and while our bodies do need omega-6 fats, too much of them throws off a delicate balance. The body relies on a healthy ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 to keep inflammation under control. When that balance shifts, often because of frequent corn oil, and processed foods, inflammation can rise, especially in the joints. There's also the blood sugar factor. Corn ranks higher on the glycemic index than most vegetables, which means it can cause quick spikes in blood sugar. Over time, these ups and downs stress the circulatory system and may contribute to stiffness and swelling in the legs, knees, and feet. If you enjoy corn, the solution isn't to cut it out completely, but to eat it in smaller portions and less frequently, and avoid processed corn products like chips or syrups. Try swapping in anti-inflammatory vegetables such as zucchini or carrots. You'll still enjoy a sweet, satisfying flavor, but your joints may start to thank you. Vegetable number 4, potatoes. Potatoes are a household staple, warm, filling, and comforting. Mashed, baked, or fried, they're on nearly every dinner plate. But for many seniors struggling with joint stiffness or swelling, this innocent-looking vegetable might be quietly making things worse. Potatoes belong to the nightshade family, a group of plants that contain natural compounds called alkaloids, including solanine. In sensitive individuals, solanine may trigger an inflammatory response, especially in joints already affected by arthritis or gout. Some people even notice that their knees or hands feel stiffer a day or two after eating a potato-heavy meal. Beyond that, potatoes are high in starch, which the body quickly converts into sugar. For seniors, frequent blood sugar spikes can contribute to low-grade inflammation throughout the body, worsening pain and slowing recovery. Over time, that heavy or achy feeling in your legs may not just be fatigue. It could be a reaction to what's on your plate. You don't have to give up comfort food entirely. Try switching to sweet potatoes, which are packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory nutrients. Baking or boiling instead of frying also helps reduce inflammatory compounds formed by high heat. Small adjustments like these can make your favorite meals gentler on your body, and your joints may start to feel the difference within weeks. Vegetable number 3. Peppers. Peppers look like the picture of health. Whether bright red, yellow, or green, they're loaded with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. For years, most of us have believed that peppers, especially bell peppers, are a must for a clean diet. But what many seniors don't know is that these colorful vegetables can sometimes irritate joints and make inflammation worse. The reason lies in the nightshade family, the same group that includes tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplants. Peppers, like their relatives, contain a natural compound called capsaicin, the same substance that gives chili peppers their heat. In small amounts, capsaicin can actually be beneficial. But for people with sensitive joints or nerve inflammation, too much can have the opposite effect, causing tingling, burning, or stiffness that flares up hours after eating. Even mild bell peppers can be problematic for those who are sensitive to alkaloids, which are also present in the skins and seeds. These compounds can sometimes trigger the body's inflammatory pathways, particularly in people with arthritis, gout, or chronic joint issues. If you love peppers, try eating them cooked instead of raw. Cooking helps reduce some of these compounds. And consider swapping in gentler vegetables like zucchini or carrots, which provide similar nutrients without the irritation. For many seniors, even this small change can lead to less swelling and smoother, easier movement over time. Vegetable number 2. Eggplant. Eggplant is one of those foods that feels sophisticated, baked, grilled, or roasted. It shows up in dishes from Mediterranean stews to vegetarian lasagna. It's low in calories, high in fiber, and often praised for being heart-friendly. But for many seniors, especially those with arthritis or nerve sensitivity, eggplant can be a hidden trigger for inflammation and joint discomfort. Like tomatoes and peppers, eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, a group of vegetables containing compounds known as alkaloids, particularly one called solanine. While harmless to most people, some studies and anecdotal evidence suggest that in sensitive individuals, solanine may overstimulate certain nerve receptors and increase inflammation in the joints. The effects are often subtle at first. A slight stiffness in the fingers, a dull ache in the knees, or that heavy throbbing sensation after sitting too long. But over time, if eaten frequently, eggplant can aggravate these symptoms, leaving the joints feeling more swollen or sluggish than usual. Cooking doesn't eliminate solanine entirely, but it does help reduce its potency. If you suspect eggplant affects your body, try limiting it for 2 to 3 weeks and observe any changes in how your joints feel. For a gentler alternative, consider replacing eggplant with zucchini or cauliflower, which provide similar texture and nutrients, without the inflammatory compounds that may be slowing you down. Vegetable number 1, tomatoes. Tomatoes are everywhere, in salads, soups, sauces, and juices. They're colorful, full of vitamins, and often called one of the healthiest foods you can eat. But for many seniors struggling with joint stiffness, arthritis, or swelling, tomatoes may be quietly adding fuel to the fire. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, a group of plants that naturally contain compounds called alkaloids, the most notable being solanine. Some experts suggest that in sensitive individuals, solanine can interfere with normal nerve and muscle function, potentially irritating joint tissue and increasing inflammation. That's why some people with chronic pain conditions notice their symptoms worsen after tomato-heavy meals like pasta, pizza, or tomato soup. Another factor is acidity. As we age, our body's ability to buffer acids weakens. The natural acids in tomatoes, particularly when eaten raw or in concentrated sauces, may irritate the stomach and contribute to a buildup of inflammatory byproducts in the bloodstream. Over time, this can manifest as aching knees, tight hips, or a dull pain in the hands and fingers. This doesn't mean tomatoes are bad for everyone. They're still full of antioxidants like lycopene. But if you notice more stiffness after eating them, try limiting your intake for a few weeks. Replace tomato-based dishes with anti-inflammatory options like roasted carrots or pumpkin soups. Many seniors are surprised to find that even small dietary swaps can make their joints feel lighter, calmer, and more flexible. And before we reveal the 2 vegetables that's actually good for you, if you're serious about protecting your health after 50, I've created something special for you. The Complete Food Safety Guide for Adults Over 50. Featuring 100 foods that actively support your health and 100 foods that are bad for your health. Which heart-healthy snacks are actually loaded with hidden sodium? Which frozen meals are safe versus dangerous? Which cooking oils protect your arteries versus those that inflame them? You'll get clear answers to all of this and more. Check the link in the description below. Now that we've covered the 7 vegetables that may worsen inflammation, let's talk about 2 that do the opposite. They actually help your joints feel better and move more freely. Vegetable number 1, broccoli. When it comes to joint health, few vegetables are as powerful as broccoli. For years, nutrition researchers have highlighted it as one of the most supportive foods for aging bodies, and with good reason. Broccoli contains a remarkable compound called sulforaphane, which scientists believe may help the body's natural defense against inflammation and cartilage breakdown. As we age, the cartilage that cushions our joints begins to wear down. This is one reason knees, hips, and fingers become stiffer or more painful over time. Sulforaphane is thought to help by reducing certain enzymes that gradually damage this cartilage. In other words, broccoli might not just nourish your body, it could help preserve the very tissue that lets you move freely. Broccoli is also rich in vitamin C and K, both vital for bone strength and joint flexibility. And unlike the vegetables that trigger acid or alkaloid sensitivity, broccoli is naturally gentle on digestion and helps maintain balanced blood sugar levels. Another key factor in controlling inflammation. For the best results, eat it lightly steamed or sautéed rather than overcooked. Overheating can reduce its beneficial compounds. Add a drizzle of olive oil or a sprinkle of turmeric for an extra anti-inflammatory boost. Even one serving a few times a week can make a noticeable difference in how your body feels, lighter, steadier, and more mobile. Vegetable number 1, sweet potatoes. If you're looking for a comfort food that supports your joints instead of straining them, sweet potatoes are a clear winner. Unlike white potatoes, which can spike blood sugar and fuel inflammation, sweet potatoes are rich in beta-carotene, fiber, and natural antioxidants that help calm the body's inflammatory response. Beta-carotene is converted by the body into vitamin A, a nutrient essential for tissue repair and immune balance. Combined with sweet potatoes' slow-digesting fiber, it gives you sustained energy without the rapid sugar spikes that often lead to inflammation or stiffness. Seniors who replace white potatoes with sweet potatoes often notice more steady energy and less of that heavy feeling in their joints after meals. Sweet potatoes are also loaded with magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that support muscle relaxation and reduce fluid retention, helping to ease that swollen, tight feeling in the knees or ankles. They're delicious baked, mashed, or roasted, and pair beautifully with spices like cinnamon or rosemary. And when cooked with a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil, your body absorbs even more of their nutrients. For anyone over 60 aiming to eat for comfort and longevity, sweet potatoes are the perfect balance of warmth, nutrition, and gentle healing. They're proof that healthy food doesn't have to mean sacrifice. It can taste as good as it makes you feel. Remember, your joints carry you through every moment of life. Treat them kindly, feed them wisely, and they'll return the favor with strength and stability for years to come. If this video opened your eyes or helped you in any way, please tap the like button and subscribe to the channel. And before you go, tell us in the comments, which of these vegetables surprised you the most? Your story might help someone else take the first step toward better health. Stay strong, stay mindful, and as always, take care of yourself.